Ho, 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 ho! Hello, whiskey lovers, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. Yes, you can see I'm already in the Christmas spirit because, look, Santa already came by the house and delivered this 1988 Linkwood from the Whisky Jury. That's right, 1988, so this matured for 33 years, imagine that. I mean, it was distilled in March 1988. I didn't even have my driver's license then. That was in August. Wow, this is very old indeed. 33 years old. Now it says here on the label in fine print, it says, in remembrance of Mr. Peter Cowell. Peter Cowell, the Scotsman, he recently passed away, and he was the owner of this single cask of Linkwood from 1988. And his children were looking to bottle it in remembrance or in honor of their father, and they found the Belgian bottler of the Whisky Jury to help them do that. And Yuri even left a couple of bottles with the kids to have a dram in honor of their father. And the rest of those bottles were made available to a wider public, although with the Whisky Jury, it always goes very fast. Anyway, 33 years old, wow. So the cask yielded 167 bottles from this 33 years old. Let's see, 47.5% ABV. It is unchilled, filtered, uncolored, obviously, and this is a cask strength whiskey at 47.5 ABV. A Linkwood from 1988. Okay, let's give this one a go. And as you know, with the Whisky Jury, you always have to be very fast when he announces a whiskey. He's become so popular because his releases are so brilliant that whenever they are released, it's a race against time, and more often than not, you miss out. But it cannot be helped, and especially when you've got only, less than 180 bottles, with a lot of people wanting to get one. So this was, I was going to say, this is available for 285 euros, which is actually quite cheap if you consider the age, etc. But it's no longer available. It was gone in a day. So nevertheless, I still wanted to share this with you. So the Linkwood, 33 years old, 1988, from the Whisky Jury at 47.5% ABV on the nose. Well, let me just start with the obvious. This is complex. Very much so. I get some dried apricots, a stew of apples and pears, some pineapple in the mix there as well as some gooseberries, some orange peel, some yellow potpourri, some tiger balm. It's actually quite waxy. Oh, it's good. Nice and waxy with a fresh leaf of mint in there for a tiny lift. Oh, it's got this hint of a field full of flowers, wildflowers in the first weeks of spring. Beautiful, beautiful on the palate. Again, quite complex, and even more so than the nose already promised, in my opinion. It's a beautiful mix of apples and pears, but some grapefruit as well, and it's supplemented with some bergamot oil and a tiny nuttiness in there as well, like a bit of a sour note, as if from blood oranges. Some paraffin in there, some chestnut, some tea, chamomile tea. There's a lot going on here. It just keeps on giving and giving. A slight bitterness, as is from chestnut, like I said. This is so well balanced and complex. And there is a sweet spiciness in there as well from the oak, but totally not dominating, giving the fruitiness of this Linkwood all the room that it needs to shine on your palate. Wow. Wow, amazing on the finish then. Very satisfying. Medium long. It remains fruity until the end. And towards the end, it becomes a bit dry, like over-infused fruit tea, if you know what I mean. Oh, but it's so beautiful. Like I said, this is one of those malts. I don't know if you remember this, but not too long ago, last summer, I think, I did this little rambling about a secret Speyside, 31 years old, 1989, from Aston Morris, which was actually a Glenrother. This one has the same quality to it, in the sense that at first glance, if you would just pour it in, nice, you would think this is just a very good, a very solid malt. But in fact, when you give it time, when you listen to the malt, when you give it the time that it deserves, and this one certainly deserves it, then you actually find out that this is not just a very solid malt. This is actually a secret gem. So take your time for it, sit down, drink it slowly, enjoy it. It's a sipping malt. It's quite amazing, in fact. So thank you, Santa. Thank you, Santa, for coming around the house sooner than otherwise. This was a lovely gift under the Christmas tree. This Linkwood, 33 years old, 1988. Yuri, well chosen, sir. And Cowell family, here's to your dad. Peter, if you're listening, good choice, sir. This is for you. And that, my friends, is all for this Whisky Rambling. And I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. And I hope to see you at one of Mark's Whisky Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you.